Okay. Okay. So we will start from here on this slide. Um, since last time we just ended with this inequality problem, so we'll continue with question number 10. So the locus of points equidistant from a fixed point is called a what? Remember that locus means just the placement of points. Did you say maybe the diameter? Um, remember that, yeah, diameter is just 2 points that are across, right? It is equidistant um anywhere else on the point, but that's a property of a circle, right? So we're just talking about what shape is this. So what shape is formed by the points that are equidistant from a fixed point. So that'll be a circle. So circle is equidistant from the center, right? Every point from the center, like this one, this one, this one, they're all equidistant. That will be the radius, right? So yeah, if you connect the dots that are all equidistant from the center, it'll form a circle. And that equidistant line will be called the radius. That'll be from the center to the point on the circle. And yeah, the diameter that you've said was locating one point of the circle to the other point by crossing the center. So yeah, that's some properties of a circle. Okay. Now let's look at the next question, if you're ready. Okay, now let's look at question number 11. You're told to evaluate the square root of 75 plus square root of 80 minus square root of 27. Yeah, so how would we approach this problem? Uh, because 75 is not a square root, right? Did you say D or okay, let's see. So what we have to do is to divide up the parts that are in the square root. So we know that for square root of 75, we can change that to square root 25 times 3. And we know the square root of 25 is 5. Yeah. So it becomes 5 times square root of 3. So we're not solving in this entire thing, we're just trying to simplify it. So let's look at square root of 18. Square root of 18 is square root of 9 times 2, right? Yeah, the square root of 9 is 3. So it's 3 times square root of 2, 3 square root of 2. And what about square root of 27? Yeah, that's right. 9 times 3. So it'll be square root of 9 times square root of 3, or 3 square root of 3. And then we add all of these terms together. So remember that we can only add terms that have the same square root. So this becomes 5 square root 3 plus 3 square root 2 minus 3 square root 3 is equal to 2 square root of 3. Subtract these plus 3 square root of 2. So that is our answer. We have simplified it, right? And what is that? That is B. Our answer choice B. So yeah, does everyone understand how to solve this problem? Okay. Yeah, if everyone had a chance to write it down, then I will be um solving some example problems together. So can you simplify square root of 45 plus 4 square root of 5? How would we solve this?
Assim, eu só me one, one, one. What's the meaning of country? Measurement usul. No, at least entra casa aí, não mata a mulher. Eu uso, né?
Yeah, did you get a solution for question one? So, yeah, if we um let's try to solve together for one. Um, square root of 45 is square root of 9 times 5, right? And square root of 9 is 3. So it'll be 3 square root of 5. And 4 square root of 5, we can just say it's just 4 square root of 5. And we can add these two terms together, right? Because now they have the same base under the square root. Right? So that's why it'll be 7 square root of 5, right? Okay, now let's look at number 2. So 6 square root of 50 minus 2 square root of 8 plus 5 square root of 12 is what?
Well, assim na matuna au na minha na. Deve ser na agora, devo lá na casa não, né? É. É. Devo lembrar. Deixa eu falar, vai. Deixa eu falar, né? Vai. David, where did I cast?
Yeah, did you get to this point and add the terms together? Um, you know, we can divide 50 up by 25 times 2, right? Square root of 25 times 2. And then 8 is 4 times 2, right? And then 12 is 4 times 3. So taking the square root and taking out 25, this becomes 6 times 5 square root of 2. This becomes 2 times 2 is square root of 2. This becomes 5 times 2 square root of 3. Because square root of 4 is 2, right? And yeah, let's add all of these together. Yeah, if you multiply the constants out, this becomes 30 square root of 2 minus 4 square root of 2 plus 10 square root of 3. We can combine the terms that are within the square root of 2, right? So that becomes 26 square root 2 plus 10 square root of 3. So that is the most simplified form of this term right here, this equation.
Let's go with the two. Not a real one. Oh, yeah, like it. I don't know. Also, not like it. I like it. Yes, I'll be one.
Yeah, does everyone understand how to solve this or simplify this equation? Do you have any questions? Okay, let's look at question 3 as well. This asks to simplify 16 square root of 2 minus 11 square root of 5. But notice that under the square root, it is 2 and 5. We cannot make this simpler, right? We cannot take square root factors out. So that is why it is not simplifiable. We cannot simplify further for this equation here. Yeah. So we looked at 3 cases. One was involving adding 2 terms like this. Second question was about, it was a little more complex. It was adding or subtracting 3 terms now. And in the third case, we cannot simplify this. So we looked at those three cases together. Yeah, I'll give you some time to write it down, then we can move on.
For example, that's especially bad food. One can reply, sometimes, sometimes, yeah, question me say, one time I answer, number say, also not going young. That question, question be that's it. Number turn. My turn.
So I think it looks like everyone's finished writing it down. So I can move on to the next slide. Okay. Here are just some rules and properties of square roots. So it is important to know some of these and how these work. So we know that square root of A times square root of B is square root of AB. And what about square root of A times square root of A? That's equal to the square root of A squared, right? Which is A simply. So for this case, we had an example of square root of 2 times square root of A, which is square root of 16, which is 4 squared, which is equal to 4. Yeah, and here are other properties of square roots. We know that square root of A over B is equal to the square root of A over square root of B. So this is an example here. So if we have square root of 24 over square root of 6, then we get square root of 24 over 6, which is 4, and square root of 4 is equal to 2. We have another multiplication, another property of a square root, which is that A over square root B, we can multiply square root of B over square root of B. This becomes A square root of B over B. This is a case where you don't want the denominator to be a square root. But this is something to keep in mind. All of these square root properties. So, yeah. I know that this one is familiar to you guys. Square root times of A times square root of B is square root of AB. But know that these other properties also exist so that you can apply them to different questions. Sun.
What's it?
So yeah, if this is clear for everyone, I will be moving to the other questions. So we just covered um, square roots and some of their properties. Do you have any questions about square roots before we move on? Yeah. Any questions? No? Okay.
What question you about?
Yeah, if there are no questions, I will be moving on to the next question. Let's see. Before we move on, let's just practice applying these properties. So, so what is square root of 2 times square root of 3? Is simply that would be, yeah, that would be square root of 6, right? I think I heard it from someone. Yeah, square root of 6. What about 2 square root of 5 times 3 square root of 7?
Morning. Second. I didn't
Yeah, so we multiply these two together and multiply the square roots together.
Depends me about it. Hey, listen. What I do? It's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun.
constants multiplied. 3 times 2 is 6, right? So it'll be 6. And what will be the square root? It'll be square root of 5 times square root of 7, which is square root of 35, right? 7 times 5 is 35. So 2 square root of 5 times 3 square root of 7 is equal to 6 square root of 35. We multiply the constant terms together and we multiply the square root together. We get this answer. Okay, one more question about this. What is the square root of 36? All of these squared. What would be?
Give me this. This.
Yeah, it'll be as
Give
is,
me
right?
six.
Yeah, yeah,
Six.
it'll be, yeah, 36, right?
Six.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. because we're taking the square root and then squaring it. So these two cancel out. This just becomes 36. Yeah. So those are the properties of square roots and squares. So yeah, let's go to the next question. Um, so let's look at this question. Um, okay. So a bag of rice weighs 2 kilograms. If the empty bag weighs 150 grams, find the weight of the rice. How do we solve this problem? So how do we approach this problem? We have 2 kilograms. Let's call this a bag. And it's filled with rice, right? It's filled with rice. That is 2 kilograms. And the empty bag without the rice costs 150 grams. Right? How do we find the weight of the rice? We so we would have to subtract the weight of the bag to get the weight of the rice alone, right? So it is 2 kilograms minus 150 grams. But we need to convert 150 grams into kilograms. And we know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. So what is 150 grams in kilograms? How do we change this to kilogram? To kilogram. We divide this by 1,000, right? Yeah. Yeah, if you said C, then yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Yeah, great job. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's right. The answer is C. So, yeah, what I was getting at was you can subtract either change the 2 kilograms to 2,000 grams, or you can say that 2 kilograms minus 150 grams is 0.150 grams, right? Kilograms, sorry, kilograms. This equals to 1.85 kilograms. Yeah, great job. That's the correct answer. And there are other unit conversions too. This one was just changing from kilograms to grams, but you can also change from deci. So Deci means 0.1. So deci is 0.1 um, of anything. So let's say liter or kilograms and more. Oh, sorry, from grams, decigram is 0.1 gram. And centi is 0.01. Milli is 0.001. Or you divide by 1,000. So know these units just in case they come up in the question. You have to know how to convert them, right? So I'll write this too. Kilo is equal to 1,000. And the base unit is just 1. Deci is 0.1. Centi is 0.01. Milli is 0.001. Okay, so that was our unit question of question 7. So let's move on to the next question. All right. Question number 8. Yeah. So Andrews drew 3 lines such that the length of the first one is 10 centimeters. The second one is 15 centimeters longer than the first one. And the third one is 9 centimeters less than the second one. And we're told to find the length of the third line. Right? Yeah, that's right. The answer is D because this is addition and subtraction, right? So first one is just 10. It's given. First one is 10. Second one is 15 centimeters longer. So 10 plus 15 is 25. That's our second line. But our third line is 9 centimeter less than the second. So 25 minus 9, which is 16. That's why the answer is D. Okay. Okay, now let's look at the next question. Okay, let's look at this question. Find the true set of 2x minus 4 is less than 6 plus 3x. So we are solving this inequality. So how would you solve, yeah, this inequality?
ABC.
Yeah, did you say it was C? Yeah, that actually, I think that is correct. Yeah, great job. That was really quick. Yeah. So to solve, the inequality, we move all the x terms to one side and all the numbers to the other side. So it doesn't have to be left or right. You just have to solve for x. So if we move all the x terms to the left side, we subtract by 3x, and this becomes negative x minus 4 is less than 6. We add 4 to both sides, so this becomes negative x is less than 10. And we have to multiply or divide by negative 1 on both sides, and that flips the sign, right? That's why it becomes x is greater than negative 10. a better way to solve this actually is to subtract 2x from both sides. That'll be easier. So this term cancels out. This just becomes x, right? And then we subtract 6 from both sides, and we get the same answer. X is greater than -10. Yeah, so that's how we solve the inequality, right?
Okay.
Mm. Does this make sense for everyone? Um, yeah, if you so I'll proceed to the next question. Let's see. Yeah, so let's look at this question that we have on the board. Yeah, question number 12. In the diagram, line PQ is parallel to line ST. We need to find the value of the angle marked as X. So we're finding this angle right here, this line.
Maybe we can see.
Um, you cannot see the diagram.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make it bigger.
Okay.
Let's see. Mhm.
Question for you. How was it now?
Yeah, can everyone see the slides, this picture, okay, on the board?
That's what. That's what.
No.
Yes, yes, we can fix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit blurry, but um, I hope you can still see the numbers and the letters, okay? So, yeah. So the question is saying that this line S to T,
Yes,
ST, is parallel to this line, PQ, right? This line is parallel. That's why they drew this arrow right here. And we're told to find X. How do we find X here? There are a few ways to solve this problem. So if we divide up like this, we can solve for the angles, right? So we're looking at some properties of angles. So how do we find this angle A? Do we know the angle A?
yeah.
Yeah,
Is
what
that
do you
right? Yes.
yeah.
Is that right? It is.
Yeah, angle A is 35, right? Because this angle is 35. And it is a property of angles that the opposite cross angle is also the same. That's why this is also equal to 35. But that's also equal to B. This angle is also 35, right? Because this is the property. A and B are called alternate angles. Alternate angles. Yeah. So this angle A and this angle B are equal. What about how do we find the angle D here? How do we find D? What is angle D here?
I saw 40.
140.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah, D is, this whole angle. What is this whole thing? That is 180, right? 180 is a straight line angle, 180. And then D is 180
Okay.
minus 140 degrees. Yeah. So D will be 40, right? 40
Yeah,
degrees. 40, yeah. D is equal to 40 degrees. Then C is also equal to 40 degrees because C is an alternate angle. You see this? From here to here, these are alternate angles.
yes.
Yeah. Let me color them differently. So this one and this one, they're alternate angles. So C is also equal to 40. Then lastly, how do we find X? How do we find X?
This way. Okay, F now middle. F will become 35 plus 40. Oh, 35 plus 40.
Yeah, 35 plus 40 is 75, right? So these together are 75 degrees, 75. But X, remember, is this part on the right, this part, which is the angle of a circle is 360 degrees, right? 360 minus this 75. 360 minus 75. That's how we get the angle X. Because the whole
185.
circle angle is 360 degrees.
185.
And we subtract this left side, which is 75. Yeah.
285. It's 285.
Yeah, that's right. That will be equal.
285.
Yeah, great. That is 285 degrees, right? Yeah, that should be the solution to the angle X. Yeah. And yeah, I have a worked out solution here. Mm, yeah, so this is how we solve this. So yeah, the answer is D for this question, 285. We just solved it as 285. And the method of solving is given here in this box. This is how we have solved this.
Okay, last one. Yeah. Yeah. Nine.
Yeah, do we need more time to write this down, or is it okay to move?
David,
Yeah.
David, got what's it?
Oh,
That's
I
what
can
it is.
proceed. Oh, okay. Yeah, if we are done, we can move on to
Yeah.
the next question. Okay, so this is just a review of angles, right? So when I was talking about corresponding angles, if you have two parallel lines and one line is crossing it, these two angles are the same. We also looked at alternate angles, right? When I was saying alternate angles, when there are two parallel lines and a line crosses it, this angle and this angle are the same. So this one and this one are equal, these two angles. They are called alternate angles. There are also opposite angles, right? So we looked at it for angle A. We got it from opposite angle. So opposite angle of 35 is also equal to 35, right? And opposite angle of 145 is just 145. Um, yeah, can you guys see this picture okay? Is this too small or
It's okay.
it's okay? Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. So I do have a question. Let me make this a little bigger, actually. Um, so let's just solve this question together. All right. Okay. I hope everyone can see this slide. Okay. All right. So if these lines P and Q are parallel, what is angle 1 equal to? This angle. Can you list all three that are the same?
One equals to it. One equals to it.
Yeah, did you say 1 equals 3 or 1 equals?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. 1 is equal to 3.
Put the line on painting. Son of it.
Yeah, because they're opposite angles, right? 1 and 3 are opposite
Pull
angles.
out the seven.
And what other angles are equal to angle 1 or 3?
Five.
Yeah, that's right. 5. Because
Seven.
5 is
And
alternate
seven.
angle from 3. These are alternate angles. Or It is a corresponding angle from 1. All of these are the same. And one more. Is there another angle?
7.
Yeah, that's
7.
right. 7. That's correct. Yeah, because 7 is opposite angle of 5. Or corresponding angle from 3. You can connect it this way too. Or opposite angle. Yeah, all of these 4 angles are the same. So what about angle 2? Yeah, it'll be, for the angle 2, it'll be
It will
4.
be 4,
Right? Yeah, 4.
6, and 8.
And then, yeah, 6 and then 8. All of these angles are the same. Yeah, because 2 is opposite of 4. 8 is alternative angle of 2. 6 is a corresponding angle from 2. Okay, so let's look at this one. Angle 1 plus 2 is equal to what? What is angle 1 plus 2 equal to?
It will be 180.
Yeah, that forms a straight line, right? So it'll be 180. The straight line will be 180 degrees. And what about angle 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4? Here.
360.
Yep, that's right. That forms a circle.
360 degrees.
Yeah. And remember that a full rotation is 360 degrees. Yeah. We looked at a lot of these angle problems together, and I hope yeah, this makes sense for everyone. Um, Now let's look at this next question. So we'll solve, I think, 3 or 4 more questions for today. So yeah, let's look at this question 13. A hawker is carrying a basket load of 3 types of fruits: oranges, mangoes, and pears. If 2 out of 5 of the fruits are oranges and 6 out of 25 are mangoes, what percentage of the fruits are pears?
D.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy and straightforward.
Yes, that's another point amazing.
Yeah, so we just need to change the denominator of oranges, right? Make it all 25. 2 out of 5 is equal to 10 out of 25. And proportion of mangoes was 6 out of 25. If we add these together, we have 16 over 25 are mangoes and oranges. Oh, sorry, are oranges and mangoes. How do we find the pears? Subtract it from 25 over 25. So 25 over 25 minus 16 over 25 is equal to 9 over 25. And what percent is 9 over 25? Percent is out of 100, right? So it'll be x over 100. What will be x in this case? 25 times 4, 9 times 4. So it'll be 9 times 4, which will be 36. Right? That's how we got the answer of 36. Yeah, so this is just a review question of the fractions that we did last time. Remember how we changed the fractions and change it to percentage for this question. Yeah, I hope you all remember how to solve these problems. Yeah, so I want to finally focus on the slope question for today. So slopes are very important questions. I think they come up in a lot of BECE mathematics. So let's look at this question of 14. So can you see this graph okay? Can everyone see it? Is this too small or?
So it's okay.
It's okay? Yeah, okay, great. So the question is, the diagram shows the graph of a linear relation of the form y is equal to mx plus c. Use the graph to answer the question. So we're told to find the slope of the relation. What is the slope of this linear graph? Yeah, the slope is a change of y over change of x.
Give me A. A.
Oh, did you say a for this one?
Yes.
Yeah, that's actually correct. Yeah, great job. The slope here is -2. So if we choose,
Yeah.
yeah, any 2 points, let's say this point, 0, 3, and 1, 1. Choose these 2 points. So the change of x is just 2. Oh, I think they chose these 2 points. But it can be 0, 3 and 1, 1 works as well. I don't know why they chose this point, but if we choose 0, 3 and 1, 1, as it moves 1 to the right, it goes down by 2, right? So it'll be change of y, which is -2. It went down by 2, right? 1, 2. It went down by 2. Over the change of x. It went up by 1. So it's -2 over 1. That's why it's -2. Just know that we can choose any 2 points, right? So that's why I chose 0, 3 and 2, negative 1. That also works. You can choose this point and this point. Or you can even choose this point, 3, negative 3, and 0, 3. And we would get the same slope. Yeah, right? So if we choose, yeah. Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, can you repeat that? I couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Do it and let's see it. I said do it and let's see the answer.
Do you want me to do which one again?
The first dot and the last dot.
Sorry, can you maybe type out the question? I cannot hear you very well.
The first one is 0, 3. 0, 3. 0, 3 and 3 minus 3.
Oh, you want me to
0,
do
3.
is 0,
Yes.
3 and 3 minus 2? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, the distance of change of x, let's see, change of x is 3, right? 1, 2, and 3. That's the change of x, right? From 0 to 3 is 3. What is the change of y? So it's negative 3 from 3 to negative 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It went down by 6, right? So it'll be negative 6. Y, change of y will be negative 6. Change of x will be positive 3. So that's why negative 6 over positive 3, which is also equal to negative 2, right? And we got the same answer, right? Yeah. We also got negative 2, regardless of which 2 points that you choose. Yeah,
Why is it negative 6?
sorry, can you say that again?
I said, why is it 6?
Why is it negative 6?
Yes.
Yeah, so it went down by 6, right? So it is negative 3 minus 3, right? So change in y is negative 3 minus 3. So we always subtract this next point's y minus the previous point's y. And same goes for x, right? Yeah. So it'll be 3 minus 0 for x. Just 3, which is the change of x. Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6, and that is the change of y.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why it is negative 6. So, yeah, can you solve the slope using 1 comma 1 and 2 comma negative 1? Can you try that? These 2 points. 막 설명 이거를 뒷다리 크게 적어서 아, 자리도 없어. 내가 적을 자리도. 이거 좀 지울래, 이거 지울래. 나 이거 지우지. Yeah, so change of y. What is the change of y here? We can write that as delta y. Just the change of y is equal to what here? Our second point is minus 1 minus 1 minus 1, right? Minus 1 here, minus 1. That's the change of y.
So it will be minus 2.
Yeah, it'll be minus 2, right? And what about the change of x? Change of x is equal to what do you think? The second point's x
0.
is 2. So it's not going to be 0. So the second point's x is 2, right? And the first point's x value is 1. So it is 2 minus 1, right? The second value is x minus the first value is x, which is 1, right? And that is equal to 1, right? And what is the slope? Slope m is equal to delta y, the change of y over change of x. And we got that to be negative 2 over 1, which is negative 2, right? We got the same slope, negative 2. Got the same slope. Yeah, did you understand how this works? How to find the slope and
Yes.
okay. Yeah, great. Um, then let's take a look at the next question. Let's try this next question. So use the graph to answer the question below. So can you find the equation of the relation? So we are finding the equation. How would we do that? Yeah.
David,
Yes.
someone is talking to you.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't. Sorry. Can you come up closer to speak if you want to say something? Um, Yeah.
Should you put any Wait, let me.
David, please, the answer is A.
Did you say the answer is A? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, great job. The answer is A. That's right. So we got the slope M, right? We got the slope M using the points before, right? It's the same slope of -2. So M is equal to -2. We can find the equation by plugging in one point, right? So we plug in one point from y is equal to -2x plus c, because we know that m is equal to -2, right? And we still don't know the value of c. We just have y is equal to -2x plus c. We can find the value of c by plugging in any point. Any point. You can choose anything. But we substitute 0, 3. That will be simpler, right? This becomes 3 is equal to -2 times 0 plus c. And c becomes 3. c equals 3. 0 cancels out. That's why we get the equation y is equal to -2x plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah. And we can plug in any points, right? We can even plug in 1, 1, or 2, -1, 3, -3. If you plug in all those, we would still get c is equal to 3 eventually. Okay. Now let's have a practice problem of this one. So, so let's all find this slope and equation together. So let's find an equation for this slope here, this graph. So we need to find 2 points, right? So we have the points -2, -1, right? This point is -2, -1. This point is 1, 1. This point is 4, 3. So use any of these 2 points to find the slope, and then plug in one value to find c, and you will get the equation. Can you try to solve this? Yeah, this will actually result in a fraction, right? So let's go through and choose any 2 points. So I chose these 2 points, 1 comma 1 and 4 comma 3. What is the change of x? Well, it is 4 minus 1, which is 3. 4 minus 1. What is the change in y? It is 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. The slope is change of y over change of x. So slope is equal to 2 over 3. Right? So we know the slope m, but we don't know the value of c yet. So we plug in the value 1 comma 1 into the equation. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. Then what does this become? It becomes 1 is equal to 2 over 3 times 1 plus c. So this just becomes c is equal to 3 over 3 minus 2 over 3. So c would actually be 1 over 3, right? So y, this is not correct. Y, therefore, y is equal to 2 over 3x plus 1 over 3, right? Does everyone get how to solve this question? On the last step, I just simply plugged in this point here, 1 comma 1. And then we got c to be equal to 1 over 3. So the final equation, y is equal to 2 over 3x plus 1 over 3. Yeah, so that was how to solve the equation for this line. So you just have to choose 2 points, solve for the slope, and then solve for c. That's how you get the answer here. Let's solve one final question for today, just one more question. So can you find the equation of the line of the form y is equal to mx plus b that passes through the 2 points 0, 6 and 3, negative 3? Can you find the equation here?
Man, question for some. Answer back.
Yeah, first of all, did you find the slope for this equation? So,
The slope is correct. Jamie,
yes.
the gradient is correct.
Yeah, slope would be, let's see, slope would be -3, right? So, because we're moving from 0 to 3, so change of x is equal to 3, right? Change of x is equal to 3. Change of y is equal to, it's always the second point's y value minus the first point's y value. So -3 minus 6, which is -9. And the slope is -9 over 3, which is -3. Now we plug in any point. We can plug in 0, 6. That'll be simple, right? From y is equal to -3x plus b. What would be b? It'll be 6 is equal to -3 times 0 plus b. So b is equal to 6. That's why y is equal to -3x plus c. Oops. Can everyone see this again? Sorry, I think the screen was frozen for a second, but I hope you're able to, read the explanation and so change of x is 3. Change of y is -9. Slope, so is equal to -3. We find the slope first. That was our first step. Second step was finding b, right? By plugging in 0, 6. That's how we found b. Do you have any questions about the slope?
Second one. What is this name? What is this name, child? Let me understand. No, I do. Negative negative. Negative, not be negative. Change your change your text. Negative. Second one.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Esse porque na voz só que dá o banho. Jeremy, we don't have a question.
You don't have any questions? Okay.
Here we have.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, ask him. question.
You have a question?
David,
Yes. Mhm. Yeah.
please, I have a question.
Yeah, go
Into
ahead.
brackets,
Yeah.
square root of 2 plus square root of 3, brackets close, squared. How are you going to solve it?
Do you want me to go back to the practice problem? Uh, sorry. Can you repeat the question, please? Yeah.
Into brackets, square root of 2 plus square root of 3, brackets close, all squared.
Oh, are you talking about this bracketed part? This one?
No, not this part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which part are you talking about? Yeah. This one.
JB, the
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
square root.
Oh,
Under the square root.
the square root. Okay. Yeah, we can go
Yes.
back to that question. Do you mean this question?
JB, my own question.
Oh, did you have your own question?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I can help you. Mhm.
Into brackets,
So in the brackets or yeah. Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
Square root of 2
Square root of 2
plus,
plus outside or like this.
yes, square
Okay.
root of 3,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
brackets close,
Mm-hmm.
squared.
Oh, all of these squared, do you mean?
Yes. How are you going to solve it?
Oh, yeah, we have a different formula for this. So whenever we have two terms that are inside squared, there's this equation, a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So we have this equation here. So this is like a formula that you just have to remember. So, oops, let's see. So we know that a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So we can do the same for this one. A is equal to square root 2 and b is equal to square root of 3. So a squared is square root of 2 squared. Let me make this bigger. Square root of 2 squared plus 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 3 plus square root of 3 squared. Now that we have this, we can simplify this, right? Can you try to simplify this equation? This whole equation. Yeah, we now have this one, right? So what is square root of 2 squared? That is 2, right? Square root of 2 squared is equal to 2 plus 2 times square root of 2 times square root of 3, which is square root of 6, right? Square root of 6 plus the square root of 3 squared is equal to 3, right? And we can combine 3 and 2 together. So this becomes 5 plus 2 square root 6. So that is our answer, or simplified solution to this one.
57.
Does this make sense for you? Yeah. Does this make sense? Because we used this formula. We used this formula. Do you think you need more practice or
Yes, we need more practice.
oh, do you need more practice? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let me make a new question for you. Let me make more questions. Okay. So, how can we solve square root 2 plus square root of 5 times multiply this by square root of 2 plus now square root of 3? How can we solve this one? Yeah.
This this is the same. Look at two. Okay, 5 times. Yeah. When you scared. And then I don't sleep on my shoe.
Yeah, so how can we solve this one?
Yeah. David, wait, wait. What's more?
Okay, yeah, I can wait.
Pesos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we all have okay. Pense.
That's it. But this last year.
It's like the guns of the yeah, you can say. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, wait times. Yes, sir. 2 times. Yes. You know, what's all? No. It's so beautiful. Very much. And then, yeah. One of the questions I want to ask you. Yeah, by the way,
Em thấy thì là em bán thì là
Uno no me gusta.
đây là cái
Es hermoso. Es hermoso.
nó là bán đời
When it was nothing. When it didn't know. Okay, I'm trying to undo. I'm trying
cái là cũng đẹp
to take this way.
phải anh
Really? Những người này cái best của bạn cũng bảo cái này thì muốn nói gì muốn nói gì
cái gì cái mà không có nói nhiều cái nữa
anh nói về
anh thấy sợ nhưng mà là nó sẽ những cái gì nó sẽ chưa sẽ phải
người ta đều
phải
David
Yes. Did you able to solve through it? Or, yeah.
is 2 plus with 6
2 plus, yeah.
with 6
With 6. Okay.
plus with 10
Plus the square root 10. Yeah. And then
10 plus with 15
plus root 15, right? Is this your answer? Yeah, this one.
said
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, great job. That is the correct answer. Yeah, you got it right. Yeah. Because we multiply square root of 2 squared plus square root 2 times square root 3 plus square root 5 times square root 2 plus square root 5 times square root 3. If you do all those, yeah, you'll get this answer like you got. Yeah, great job.
last question
Yeah, I think that's all I've do you want and do you have any other questions for today? Anything else that you want to go over or
David
yeah.
my question is 2 root 2
Okay, let me write
root
this.
2
Root 2. Mhm.
over root 3
All over 3. This one.
no root 3
Over root 3. Yeah.
yes
Oh, yeah, so this is actually the property of square roots. So you can either make this, this all fits under the square root of 2 over 3. And you can simplify it like this. Or you can make this something different. So square root of 2 over square root of 3. Multiply that by square root 3 over square root 3. Because this is just equal to 1, right? This is just equal to 1. So what is this? What does this become? This becomes square root of 3 squared. Numerator becomes square root of 2 times square root of 3. Right? What does this equal to?
Root of 6 over 3.
Yeah, that becomes square root of 6 over 3. And this is what we get after like simplifying, but simplifying just means removing the square root from the denominator. So this square root 2 over square root 3, this becomes square root of 6 over 3. So if you're told to rationalize this, then you would put square root of 6 over 3. You would change it like this. These are the same numbers. We just changed them to this form. Okay, I have a question for you. That's okay. For the class, one more question. Yeah. Okay. Really. How do we solve square root of 3 over square root of 5, this whole thing squared?
That's it. In our house, it's rare, man. With my friend. Hindi na school. Three with my nine. 9 over 2. So I can spell it in one. 3 times 3, 9. Then 5. You can do that. And I say, this my issue. This my issue. You. Think about it. Pardon. This my issue. And I will come here.
Yeah, did you get the answer for this?
David, it's 3 over 5.
Yeah, this will just be,
David,
yeah, 3. You said, did
3
you
over
say
5.
3 over 5?
3 over 5.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because we can put this as square root of 3 over 5. And this whole thing squared is just taking out the square root, right? Which is 3 over 5. Okay. So one last question for today. Just one more. Um, okay, this will be square root of 6 times square root of 12. Now, I want you to simplify this to the furthest.
Right, I answer the question. Only a guy. Let me take it. You will have the food. You have the tea. Yeah, one is me. No, yeah, two. Three, that's good. 3 weeks. This is no, yeah. Go bên nhau. One has going on.
Yeah, did anyone get an answer to this question? Um, or
Let me
I
know.
can, yeah. So the main purpose of this question is to notice that square root of 12 is equal to square root of 4 times 3, right? And this equals 2 square root of 3 if we take 4 out. So this becomes square root of 6 times 2 square root of 3 And we can actually make square root of 6 into square root of 3 times 2 as well. This becomes 2 times 3 times 3 times 2. So we can take 3 out as well. This becomes 2 times 3 square root of 2. That is why this is 6 square root of 2. That is our final answer. Yeah, I hope this makes sense for everyone. Multiplying and taking out the square root and adding them together. So yeah, any other question for today? I think that's all I had prepared. So anything else? Yeah.
Any other question? Okay. So there is no other question.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, is today the last lesson before they graduate and take the exam? Or
Today gonna be the last meeting for the term because we're gonna vacate in next week, right?
oh, so there will be
Hello.
yeah, yes. Mhm. So there will be a vacation starting next week, or
Yeah.
Hmm. So and then the students will graduate, right? Is that correct? Hello, can you hear me?